Hey guys, welcome back to Ash Echoes. In today's video, we're going to be doing a reroll guide for the game. Now, before we go into the actual process of rerolls, I want to talk about whether you should actually bother rerolling in this game. So if you know me from other games, I reroll often for days upon days. However, this is one of the first games in recent history, I'm trying to think of another one, where I'm actually not going to reroll myself because the game is pretty generous to you and I just don't see the need to actually go that ham. Yes, you can always get that one extra hero, but because the game does give you a free selector, a 6-star selector after 30 pulls, it gives you another one after 300 pulls, which yes, that will take you a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. And then after you finish phase 6 of the beginner missions, which most people will do within their first week of playing, you do get a random 6-star as well. So you essentially get 3 free 6-stars, and then there are a bunch of good 5-star and lower rarity characters for you to build teams out of in the game. So once again, if you don't want to reroll, don't feel like you have to in this game because you do get a lot of decent stuff for free. And like I said, even me, who I'm in general a reroll fiend, I'm probably gonna give it a miss. So if you do decide to reroll, I'm not gonna go through the whole process because it's quite tedious. Just note that it probably takes around, I want to say 12 to 15 minutes to get to the point where you're doing your summons. And through the early stages of it though, you have to be like manually playing stages. So it's not one of those brain dead rerolls. You've actually got to like manually play through the stages because you don't unlock auto at the very start. So you've got to actually be using your skills and stuff like that. So it's a more mentally draining reroll process as well. But as you go through it, you're just going to, like any game, you're going to follow the basic tutorials. It's going to take you, along the way. Now, when you first unlock summoning, that is not where you're going to, do your summons and end your reroll. Because when you unlock summoning is not when you unlock your mailbox. So the mailbox doesn't unlock until you've gone all the way into here and got into S11 cleared. And then as you can see, I'm up to S12, but I don't have to clear it. This is where you can exit out and you can actually do your summons. So the tutorial is going to walk you through, and like I said, you're going to have to go through all of these stages, which are the S00 to S08. You're going to have to go through all of those, manual, all the combat ones in there. Then it takes you into that one stage over here, and then you can exit out. Once you exit out of that, it will bring you back to this home page, and that's where it will pop up the calendar and stuff like that to get your base rewards, and then you will be free from it, and that's when you can go over here and go to the mail and get your pre-registration rewards. Now, I'm not too sure exactly how many we're going to have because I am recording this before the release of the game, but based on the pre-registration, we should have at least 10 summons in the mail. Maybe they give us some extra rewards or something like that. If anything does change as well, check the pinned comment because I will add it there. But like I said, about 10 summons is what we're looking at, plus the few bit of premium currency, which may be I think anywhere from 600 to 1,000 premium currency that you get as well, which you can then use on summons. So once again, that beginning tutorial, play through it, takes about 12 to 15 minutes, then you will be free of it. You can go to the mail, collect your stuff, and then you can go over to the summons. Now, the reason I'm not 100% sure, you're like, but dude, you've got the game up. This is on the Creator Pioneer server, so it's a little bit different. They give us extra stuff as well for that, just for the testing purposes and stuff like that. But once we come over, we go into the Spirit Dive, and that gives you the option of what do you actually want to reroll for. Now, for me personally, if I was rerolling, I'd be rerolling on this Chen banner, trying to get her. If I get one of the off banners of like Kairos or Luke, or even Longqing, Laurel, any of those, like I'd be pretty happy with. They're all pretty solid, and I'd probably just keep going from there. But I think this is the banner you really want to do because just note these targeted banners are characters that are not on the standard banner. These are new characters, whereas the standard banner, even though we do have the rate up here, the standard banner is characters that you can get from the standard banner. And as I mentioned, you get a selector at 30, you get a selector at 60, and then you also get a random one, within your first week of play. So just keep that in mind that these ones are not as great. Even though Laurel here is a fantastic character, Chen is the one I would definitely be rerolling for because she is more scarce. Even though they are both great characters, I still think Chen is the one you really want to go for. So like I said, you'll unlock your mailbox, you'll go to your mailbox, collect your goodies, you will come over here and then you'll pop your 10 pulls and whatever else you can. As you can see here, it is 300 of the premium currency, which is the X particles. It's 300 for a single pull, 3,000 for a 10 pull. So, you know, we get a 10 pull from our pre-registrations, you pop that, you pop all the singles that you can. Hopefully you get something. If you don't, then you're gonna scrap it. If you do get it, then obviously you keep it. Now that leads us on to the next thing, which is your account and resetting your account. Now this game, I've got to base this information off of the CN version because like I said, this creator version isn't quite what we will have at global, and there is no mobile client for this one, so I can't test that out. But based on CN version, and if anything does change, I will leave it in the pinned comment, and if it's big enough change, I can update this video as well. But basically, the deleting data doesn't work. So you can log in as a guest, but you can't delete your data to get it off. It's still like bound to your phone. So essentially what it's looking like you're gonna have to do is have multiple emails to reroll, being you log into an email, you play through, you do your roll. If it's bad, you log out, you log in with a new email. For me, that's easy. I've re-rolled in so many games that I have a million emails if I do want to do that. But just note that is one way you can do it. The other way you can do it is just starting a fresh instance on something like BlueStacks or whatever emulator you want to use, LD player, whatever one you want. Start a fresh instance, and then that way you can avoid the save file being locked to that instance because it is basically essentially a brand new phone. So those are going to be the two main ways you can do it, and that's another reason why it's not like there's just a lot of little things that lead you not want to reroll in this game. But then the icing on the cake is that it gives you a bunch of free stuff, so you don't really feel overly incentivized to have to go ahead and reroll, and that is the basic process. Once again, just recapping the whole thing, you're going to jump into the game, you're going to run through the whole tutorial, you're going to get it until it takes you into this 1-2, and then once you get to this 1-2 area, you're going to exit out. It's going to pop up all the calendar rewards, and then you can exit out of that. You can jump over here and you can collect your mail, which is going to have your pre-registration rewards. You pop them in the summons, see how you go. If it's no good, you scrap the account by logging out and logging in with another email. Then the email method should also work on the PC client if you want to reroll on PC. Otherwise, you can do it on mobile or emulator, and that's basically going to be it. Like I said though, because the game is so generous and the rerolling it's a bit too active for me, I am actually going to skip rerolling in this game, even though, like I said, I am an absolute reroll fiend and I normally reroll in every game. I say I'm not, but maybe I'll do 1 or 2 rerolls and just have a crack at getting Chen because she is pretty cool. She summons a bunch of drones and then she's just got a massive AoE nuke that is super satisfying. So maybe I go for it, but just note the game does give you a fair bit of premium currency early on. So if you do want to go for her anyway, you can always pick her up. But once again, if you do decide to reroll, you get her early. It means you're set up for the next character as well. So I'll leave that decision in your guys' hands, and I'll say that I'm not going to reroll, but I'll probably cave in and reroll at the end. But anyway, that is it. Like I said, if anything does change, I'll leave it in the pinned comment. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.